You may be checking your Walmarts for the Star Raiders, but you may never find them. I'm Bots Obsession. Let's get into it. Right here, I have an article from Sabertron.com that is describing the issues with the Star Raiders. Now, I want to preface this with not everything in here is fact. They mention some stuff in this article that is just speculation, and they give their best guess at what is happening with the Star Raiders. And it's a lot of things that I also think is happening. We're going to go through this article. We're going to talk about what this article covers, and then we're going to talk about how you, if you were trying to get the Star Seekers today, how you would go about it, at least. So essentially what this article goes through is that people have been posting the Star Raiders in the clearance section. They've been finding Star Raiders in the clearance section, specifically like Cannonball and Lockdown and a couple others, whereas almost none of the other Star Raiders have popped up in any capacity in the actual toy aisle. Something that this article does mention is that a lot of the barcodes, and this is corroborated by some of the comments, the barcodes don't scan in store, which means that there's no SKUs for the Star Raiders. They're just not in Walmart's system. It mentions that this is pretty frustrating as a US fan because typically we do get everything. We do get most everything available to us, whereas the Star Seekers have been kind of pushed to the side. It goes on to say that they most likely don't have a planogram, so no designated space on the shelf, and that the reason that these are going straight to clearance, there's no space for them. They offer the idea that the ones that are found in store that are found straight at clearance are online returns, so someone bought them online and returned them to a physical store, which I think that is true. It does speculate that there is no concrete evidence the line is showing up in US Walmarts right now. So it is really frustrating for people like my friends who are waiting for these guys to hit stores and then go pick them up, whereas I kind of early adopted and got them online. And if you are one of those people who are waiting, I think you're going to have to either wait a little bit longer or you might be out of luck for a lot of these. There are some comments on here that say that they found Ferrac in store, but there's a lot more comments that are basically saying, I never found these, I was never able to obtain these. And it is unfortunate because I think the Star Seekers is the best capsule line. So I really hope that this is a case of just poor planning on Walmart's end. Now, I do think that there is a reason that this is happening. My speculation is because around the same time that the Star Raiders, specifically Road Pig and Thundertron, started to come into stock online, they were hitting the ship date, which would have been September 3rd. When that was happening, Walmart was putting out their Transformers 1 stuff. Walmart also has exclusive Transformers 1 stuff. So I think this comes down to a case of they're prioritizing the movie items over the legacy items, and the Star Raiders just kind of fell in the in-between. Whether or not it's a case of they're just not being distributed to America, I don't know. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that they've been pushed back yet again because they were originally supposed to come out in July, then they were supposed to come out early this month, and there is a chance that we see them later this month. I think this is just, poor planning on Walmart's end and fans being really frustrated because the Star Seekers sold out incredibly fast. We've known about these guys for 6-7 months now, and they're still hard to get. I feel like a figure we've known about for the better part of a year shouldn't be this hard to get. Now, if you were trying to get the Star Seekers today, what's available? Ferrac is readily available right now. He has been the most accessible Star Seeker so far. He's still in stock on Walmart.com, at least at time of recording. And I believe he's also still in stock on Pulse. So if you missed out on Cyclonus, or your Cyclonus is one of the ones with the bad tolerances or yellowed, I actually do think Ferrac is really worth it. I got him recently. Video coming soon. The Thundertron 3-pack is also still readily available on Walmart.com. Yes, it's not the best part of the Star Seekers capsule, but if you are interested in Night Strike or Calcitron or this Thundertron, then get it. I think it is worth. Check out my video right here. The last one that is still readily available is Road Pig. He's also in stock on Walmart.com. I don't know if he's in stock on Pulse, but as of time of recording, he still is. And this is another great addition. Unfortunately, the other 3 deluxes are pretty difficult to get. Cannonball here has been out of stock on Walmart, and a lot of people had his pre-orders canceled on them. And the only other time that I was actually able to see this guy online was on Pulse, where I got mine. I do think the Cannonball is probably the hardest one to get. Your best bet is to probably just wait and see if either he comes back into stock or if he shows up at Ross, and that's really unfortunate. Filch is also the other one to talk about when it comes to the out-of-stock deluxes. Filch sold out the fastest, which is kind of impressive for a nobody character like Filch, but it's a lot of retooling and some pretty good looking colors on here, so it makes sense. I've never seen come back into stock on Pulse. I've never seen her come back into stock on Walmart. So unfortunately, I feel like if you miss the boat on this one, it's over and you're not going to be able to get it. Then there's Lockdown, who technically is still in stock on Walmart.com. He is asking $65+ right now. So it's not even worth it when he costs more than Thundertron, especially because I don't think he's that value. I think he's a cool figure, but he's not that cool. What can you do if you want all the Star Seekers, if you're trying to get all of them right now? The unfortunate part is you're probably going to have to go through some third-party sellers to get the ones that are out of stock if you were trying to get them today. Your best bet, in my opinion, is to wait and see if they do come back in, or if Walmart in the US gets their allocations. Your other best bet is have a friend in Canada. So it's unfortunate to say, but I think that we've hit a very weird spot with the Star Raiders where we just have to wait and see if they end up at Ross, if they end up, showing up at Walmart. It is a unfortunate time for collectors, especially if you're a big fan of the Star Seekers. I am one of the lucky few who was able to get almost the entire wave. It is a smaller capsule wave, so it is a little bit easier to collect. I do know that there was a lot of people who were waiting for these to go into store, and now they're just not showing up. So a lot of people are having to wait exorbitant time frames to actually get the figures that they want. I do want to say once again that this is all just speculation. This is a lot of well, this is what I think is going on. This is what I think is going on. And people doing a little bit of their own research, a little bit of diving by taking their figures into the store, scanning them and seeing what comes up. And so while we know a little bit of information because of stuff like that, the main thing that we know is that they're just not in store. These are just hard figures to get, and it is unfortunate. It's another set of exclusives that we just have to wait and see what happens. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let me know if you've actually been able to obtain any of the Star Seekers, or if you found them in store, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession. I'd also like to thank my Patreon supporters, Luke Thompson, Grim Lockdown, Proton Collectibles, and Snowflake 316. Thank you for supporting the channel.